Well, hello, friends on Fito. I was asked a question about why I started on this journey to fitness and health and had my motivation changed any throughout the journey. And obviously, still on it. Don't feel like I've reached the level I want to be at. I don't guess I ever will because I want to remain healthy and strong. But anyway, I thought I'd take a few minutes just to answer that question. Um, my story is a little long and it's a lot complicated. And some things I just can't share on here. But I'll just start when I turned 46, which was in 2011. I woke up, no, 2012. I woke up and I just realized it's my birthday and I really don't like myself. I didn't like how I looked. I felt much older than I wanted to feel. I felt dismissed by other people because they just looked at me and thought maybe that's a middle-aged mom who doesn't have anything to offer. And, I hated that. And I knew that that was not the real me. And so I joined a weight loss clinic. I've always been pretty active, and kind of strong as a horse, but I just had let the weight creep up on me. I'd had some medical issues and we'd moved. I built a house, and anyway, life had just kind of caught up with me. I travel a lot. So I joined a weight loss clinic and I started working hard on losing weight. And at the same time, I started doing Beachbody, just by the P90X people, and just some body weight stuff mainly, and got some better. And in the middle of that, I had a very difficult time. My son is bipolar, and he attempted suicide. He was at college, and I had to go get him from the hospital. It was really a horrible night. And we had to bring him home to live with us, and that kind of interrupted me. It made life very stressful for everyone. He is thankfully doing really well now and lives in LA and is a writer and is doing really good. But it was just a nightmare situation. In the meantime, I continued to travel to Africa several different times, to Central America, and I was gone a lot. But I kept losing weight, and I was doing pretty good. And then in September of 2012, I was in Rwanda, out in the middle of nowhere, and I had a gallbladder attack. But I didn't know what it was. I thought I was having a heart attack, and had to visit the hospital in Kigali. Had to be cleared to get on a plane to come home and have surgery. Um, about that time, my husband also is bipolar, and he had a very large manic episode, and we ended up separating. And so then, combined with the gallbladder issues, I lost about 25 extra pounds. It was just a really, really painful time of life. And I had lost probably more than I needed to, but honestly, I wasn't very strong. I was sick a lot. Um, I was on anti-anxiety medication and was probably pretty close to being addicted because I just wanted to sleep all the time. And I got to the point to where I didn't want to face life anymore. I was so depressed. I was on the edge of divorce after 28 and a half years of marriage. And then also, my husband found out that he had kidney cancer. And we found out that it was a very rare and incurable type of cancer. And I'm not trying to be a downer here. This is just the truth of that last 2 years of my life. And when we found out that he had less than 2 years to live, I decided to move home. While I was separated, I lived with a beautiful elderly woman who I helped take care of. Her name was Mary. And she always encouraged me to be the strongest person I could be. And after I moved back home, I started going to a counselor. And the counselor said, Jan, you need to quit talking about working out and you need to go do it. And I had tried like several antidepressants and just nothing was working. And I was just a basket case. And I still was sort of mulling it over, and I don't know how I can do that and take care of my husband at the same time. We'd been told he had like 3 to 6 months to live. I have 3 adult children. I couldn't figure out how in the world will I go to the gym, or how will I run, or whatever I needed to do. I just couldn't really fathom that. And so on June 1st, however, my friend Mary passed away, and I was with her when she did. And after that, I just thought, you know, I'm just at the worst place in my life. I mean, mental health issues in my family, a separation, a near divorce, my husband's dying. I've never lived alone or had to support myself totally. And I just thought, I have two choices here. My two choices are I can fall over the edge of the abyss, I can crawl in that dark hole and not come out, or I can get up and fight. And so, in part, thanks to some encouragement by a good friend of mine, and also to a kick in the tail by the counselor, and some because I didn't want Mary to be disappointed in me, I decided to get up and fight. And so I began working out, for me, very hard. I began to run as often as I could, and I bought a paddle board, and I started doing stand-up paddle boarding, which I have fallen in love with. And I live near the lake, and so it's very peaceful and very serene, and it gets me out in nature, and gives me some time alone, which is really important to me right now, to have some time to think, and even sometimes to pray, and sometimes just to cry, and then sometimes I just paddle. But it's great exercise. The friend encouraged me to do body weight, to add body weight to that, so I started out with doing the Arnold 1% challenge, ended up starting going to the gym, got involved with the Strong Curves group, and bought the book, and began to lift a little bit, starting some baby steps on that. And I'm happy to say that yes, I weigh 50 pounds less than I did before. Yes, I can wear a bikini now and be happy. Yes, I can wear a much smaller size clothes than I did before. But I think the thing I am the most proud of, and I try not to cry, but this is important to me. The thing I'm the most proud of is that I am presently stronger inside and out than I was before, even in the midst of all of this, all of the tragedy, all of the pain, all of the heartache. I actually am not off the anti-anxiety medication. I have I don't feel any conviction about that or anything. It's just that I got to a place where I didn't even need it to sleep. I feel stronger inside and outside. And looking good in a bathing suit's just, a bonus. What's really important is the fact that I feel like I have an internal strength that I didn't have before. I feel like if I needed to take care of myself, I feel much more confident that I would be able to do that. And so I guess my motivation did change kind of midstream. It started out with just wanting to like myself better, to feel better about who I was, and I do. And then along the way, it became really for me a mental health, an emotional health issue. I just needed to be strong. Henry Rollins says in one of his writings, one of his essays, strong body, strong mind. And that has been something that has been very, very true for me. And Fitto has been an incredible encouragement because I've learned a lot from all of you, from looking at your workouts, from just hearing what you talk about. If I don't know what you're talking about, I look it up. And a lot of times I don't. And so I look it up and I learn, and everyone's so encouraging, and everyone, cheers for you. And some of you get it where other people around me don't, that this is something that I do for myself to be stronger and to be able to handle life better and to have more to give. And so, anyway, thank you for all that encouragement, and that's my story.